Hey, I'm Ed Bolian. Welcome back to my garage and the car collection. And it's been a while since I've done a garage update video. There have been some changes in the cars that are here and not here. And honestly, this might be the last one because I don't know where it could possibly go from here. I mean, if you told me when I was a teenager that this was ever possible, I would have slapped you in your face. But as John Ficarra said, I think I have reached peak Ed. And let's look around the cars. Let's see what you think. I'll tell you what's going on with each of them. And yeah, welcome back. Let's start with the daily cars. This is our 2014 GL63, kind of the family mobile that my wife uses to haul everything around. It has been an extremely dependable car. It's got about 130,000 miles on it. Kind of the idea to prolong its useful life was with the lease on the Audi. But honestly, I love AMG cars. We've always bought, 4 to 5 year old, pretty heavily depreciated luxury SUVs for my wife to drive, and that system's always worked quite well. They depreciate like crazy the moment they start going out of warranty, and usually that narrows the gap between the AMG and just the regular GL 550 or whatever you might like to buy. But then as they age, the gap widens, and so the real depreciation on the AMG cars is always a little bit less. But let's look at the Audi, the RS e-tron GT. We leased this one back in February, and honestly, it's a 1-year lease with 7,500 miles included, and we're almost through all the miles. I wouldn't say that I'm like an electric car convert, but it has been very, very nice. We do a lot of very, very short trips, just running into town for lunch or whatever, and if you're only going to drive 2 or 3 miles, an electric car makes a ton of sense. The packaging, it being kind of the RS7 sized car like a Taycan, is pretty tight. So with our 2 kids in the back, it's a little bit whatever. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how Audi Financial deals with all the turn-ins that'll start to happen in February, because I think they sold all 139 cars that were in U.S. inventory that month. There are some like nearly new lease programs that are coming out, and I think that'll probably be the way that they deal with it. But I gotta say, I like it more than I expected to. I don't drive it all that much, but my wife likes it too, and she hasn't crashed into anything, so that's a win. The CL55 has been home for most of the year, which is awesome. Soon it's going to head back to the Miles Through Time Museum in Clarksville, Georgia, but I just love having it around. I took it to the Smith Invitational in Charlotte. I took it to Doug's Cars Are the Stars event up in Ohio, and just being able to take it out to shows, talk about it, let people see it, is awesome. Obviously, it's a car that's not going anywhere anytime soon, but it'll be nice to have a little more space in the garage, and people get to see it next to the S55, which is still at the museum. I think this is the ultimate daily car. I love Cayennes. This is the one that I kept out of the 4 that we built for the Sway Alaskan expedition. I love all the stickers. I love all the stuff. We're going to do some tire experimentation with Bridgestone soon to try out some of their new all-terrain stuff on it, and it's the perfect car to do so with. Built by 380 Industries, and I just, everywhere I take it, the kids love it. Everybody loves it. It's hard not to. And now the supercars. Of course, the Verde Draco LP640, recently gone through, kind of mechanically restored by Cameron Davis and the team at DC Motor Works. Still just kind of the car that sums up everything about my love for cars. The journey to get it, to continue to mile it up. I got to put a few more miles on it to become the highest mileage one in the world, and that is certainly a mission for the winter, but I just love it. It's just, at this point, it's a pretty great car, which is not something you would normally say about my Lamborghinis, but with all the maintenance dealt with, honestly, I got to find a windshield because the aftermarket one in it is pretty garbage, but I love it. Next, the matte black Nero Nemesis LP640 Roadster manual car. This car is actually going on a vacation to the Savoy Auto Museum soon. They are doing a supercar display, so it's going to be alongside some other legendary cars. There's going to be an F50 there. There's going to be an XJ220. Lots of really, really cool stuff, and certainly the LP640 fits in as one of 10 U.S. manual cars. I love it. I've had some crazy offers on it, but I think it, honestly, out of everything that's here, I think this still is my favorite car. The open air experience, the induction noises, obviously the noise from the engine is just perfect. I continue every day to fall more and more in love with this Diablo. The 97 SV I acquired out of Japan last year, absolutely a rat, but it's been made much nicer. ish. Mechanically, it's pretty well sorted. It's leaking a lot less oil now. It is now painted orange, which is, I've always wanted to have a metallic orange Lamborghini. The only one I really had was the one I sold to Tyler Hoover, and he has since sold on. But I just think, you know, it was kind of a proof of concept with this car to decide, do I want to try to chase a Diablo GT in rough condition or something nicer? And the answer is no. I love how rough this car is. I love what it's like to drive, and I enjoy every single mile in it. Honestly, it's probably the car that I crave driving most. So those are the 3 Lamborghinis. Obviously, there's one missing. I had to sell the 2006 Gallardo Spider for 2 reasons. I'm well out of space, and I had to pay the nearly 6-figure bill on repairing all 3 of the cars. But I think giving that one up to make these so much more dependable was well worth it, and I am super happy with these 3 being the keepers. Up next, we've got my 2009 Spyker C8 Laviolette that I acquired from Missy Elliott, I think 3 years ago now. And I gotta say, I love every mile I get to put on the Spyker. It's such a pleasant car to be in. It makes a great noise. The shift feel is incredible. The car handles great, looks great, gets all the attention in the world. But it's just one of those cars that every time you have a nice drive in it, you just know you don't want to get rid of it. I have thought at times about selling the car, and I just can't bring myself to do it. There's been some amazing auction results in Spykers of late, but it's such a perfect car, way nicer than I would normally try to get, but because of the circumstances, it was more my price, and I have thoroughly enjoyed it. And I think it fits nicely right next to its big red brother. The Bugatti is here, and honestly, I'm still not sure that I believe that it's here or that I get to drive it whenever I want. It is behaving itself. There's no error lights on. I mean, the car is doing everything it's supposed to. I'm gonna work on a few different things, and we're gonna make another update video about the Bugatti soon on different issues that I've been kind of working through in owning such a car. But overall, I could not be any happier. The car is so comfortable, so useful. It does everything I want, and I'm so happy that I got this one. I love its history. I love all the celebrity provenance, and I just love seeing it in the garage and every time I get behind the wheel. And so I'm gonna continue racking up the miles. We may even just do some more big road trips in it because there's just nothing better. Man, but if this is the ultimate justification for shrewd negotiation poster, I am very happy with the garage. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to the sponsors that make VinWiki content possible. Thank you to Premier Financial Services for sponsoring this video and for their consistent support of the channel and of my car buying addiction. If you're looking to finance a car, Premier's Simple Lease is the most powerful tool in the world of exotic car financing. You get all the benefits of a normal loan where you can build up equity, trade in and out at any time, and know exactly what your payoff is thanks to their amortization schedule, but you also get the benefits of the lease. Just ask Stradman. But thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for loving the cars as much as I love them. Or if you don't, that's fine too. If you don't like the color of anything, that's great. I love them. Thanks so much.